What's going on, guys? It's Jason J. Rice here, and today is Thursday, and it's what I like to call Conversation Thursdays. And I'm bringing it back by popular demand, just because some people say, "Hey, man, I really like, when you come here on Thursdays and you kind of talk about like what's going on in your world, what kind of ideas you got kind of going on and kind of cooking up." So today we're going to just kick it off. We're going to start it back up again. So every Thursday you'll get a message from me, kind of like what's going on in my life, surrounding the things that I really care about, or it could be anything. But today we're going to talk about what's going on in the real estate market. We're just going to talk about some things that, or what I've been doing and some changes that I'm implementing into my life currently. And let's just get into it, guys. So let's just talk about the elephant in the room, because I am a realtor, and I promise you, everywhere I go, every time I talk to someone, and people always say, "Oh, the conversation, like, what do you do?" And I tell people, like, "Well, I help people buy and sell real estate." And then they're like, "Well, how's the market?" And "Oh my God, it's not a good time to buy. It's not a good time to be in real estate or anything." And that couldn't be farther from the truth. If you are someone thinking about getting into real estate, like me on the realtor side to help people buy and sell homes, it's still a great time. Now, do we have to adjust our approach from the last 2 years? That if we stick a sign in the yard, we don't even have to. Last 2 years, we didn't even have to put a sign in the yard. We could just whisper that we were getting a new listing or something was coming to market, and before 2 hours later, you'd have 50 offers, all well over list price. Now, what that frenzy did, it made our price index go up. So our normal price index for a home is up quite a bit, which is a good thing. So now, before, to make decent income as a realtor, you would need to have done a number of deals. Now you have to do less, but you have to know kind of like what you're doing in this market. Like, if you haven't experienced anything prior to 2020, and you don't know what a normal market is or how to go out here and get a deal, or then it's a problem. Not a problem, but you just got to return back to the basics, right? Of the simple things of real estate, and communicating to people and pricing homes correctly, and a little bit more legwork in finding someone to purchase your seller's homes, or getting your buyer under contract is a little bit easier now, as long as all the sides are willing to play ball in a fair way. Sellers, everyone has this FOMO thing, fear of missing out. I know you don't want to hear this, but the frenzy of getting 150K, 30K over for your property, not saying that it can't happen to certain properties, but that is over for the time being. We don't know how long it's going to be over for, but right now we're at a very balanced market, so it's done. And that's just a real conversation that I'm having with all of my sellers right now. It's just like, hey, this is the expectation. Like, we come on market, instead of being like, if your neighbor come at 450, you can come on at 460 and still get it done. Now, if your neighbor is at 450, you might want to come on the market at like 440, and that just depends on how your property shows, right? So these are just some of the conversations that I'm having around real estate, with people that kind of want to know what's going on. And what you're always going to get from me is an honest answer of how I'm seeing the business, and what I'm doing in my life. So hopefully, on the real estate front, that helped answer some of your questions, as we approach and as you are deciding if you want to buy or sell, it's still a really good time, and we could just sit down on one-on-one and kind of talk to some of your goals about that. What's going on in my life right now? Just a lot of growth, man. Just a lot of, right now I'm trying to learn something new or new approach every day. And it might be the same thing, but I'm really just focusing on perfecting and compounding, habit stacking. So if you've been following me over the last couple of weeks, you've seen that, hey, like Jason is making sure that he's up in the morning, he's doing his miracle mornings, he is making sure he's reading, he's making sure he is doing 1-2 challenging things per day. One is always going to be physical, and another one is always going to be mental, and make sure I get all the challenging things that I need to get done first in the day. And I'd say that if you're trying to accomplish anything, do the hard stuff first. Just don't just get the hard shit out of the way, and then your day will feel so much better. I know mine has. So we're just trying to elevate in that front. Another goal of mine is like, we just came back off vacation. So vacation was cool. Vacation was love. Got a lot of time to just kind of think and kind of like creatively shape where I want my life to go. And I had time to do it. So, just kind of putting things into perspective for like what I want to do. So one of my goals is every quarter take a good vacation. So just work really hard, like focus, and then, relief, kind of like a reward, if you will. So kind of getting my mind on track for how that's going to look is really what's happening. What else is going on with me, man? I'm kind of just simplifying a lot of my thought processes and my circle and things that I do, and just focused on that right now. We are back. We are, ready to just accomplish the world, man. If you're following us, I got Love is a Verb. I host with my wife. We do that. Got that coming out on every Friday. We've been kind of, just putting all that stuff together, making sure we can have a good product for you guys. So we're focused on that. And that's really it, man. Not too much else is going on. Just really focus on everyday growing. Because if you're not, I always say this, if you're not growing or changing every day, then you're dying. And we don't want to be doing that. So that's kind of, what's been happening in a nutshell. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support. And just let me know some other topics you guys might have questions about that you want me to talk about on a Thursday. But really, it's just me getting some things off my chest, and that's really what today is, man. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for checking me out. Peace.